Welcome back, my friends. So, today I want to share with you three reasons why nothing has worked in the past and how you can shift your approach to get long lasting pain relief. And I want to start off by bringing to your attention that pain management is not pain care. We're going to talk about this contrast between symptom solutions and a system solution, right? The differences between these concepts might be why you haven't found relief yet for your stubborn pain. So, if you are listening, you're likely no stranger to pain. You've probably tried everything. You're hoping for a magic cure to no avail. And each dead end and each failed attempt that you take, it just slowly drains your hope. And you're left feeling confused and frustrated, right? And I know how much you've tried and how much time, money, and energy that you've already spent on remedies and therapies that have failed you. And despite all that, you're still here, right? You're still seeking solutions, which just shows me that you're resilient, right? You're not somebody who gives up easily. You are a solution seeker. So why is it that everything you've tried so far hasn't worked? Why is that? Despite doing all the right things, why has everything in the past failed you? So today we're going to explore three primary reasons why nothing has worked in the past. And then I want to tell you what I've found that does work. Okay, so number one, the first reason why nothing has worked in the past is this. The focus is on pain management rather than pain care, right? Everyone always asks me, Alissa, how can I deal with this pain? Or how can I manage the pain? And the reality is we're asking the wrong questions. We've been trained to ask these wrong questions because A, you've been led to believe that you can't fix this problem. And B, the majority of the treatments and therapies and remedies that are available primarily aim to manage pain. Now, there is nothing wrong with managing pain, but of course, like nobody wants to just go the rest of their life having to manage pain. No one wants to just manage pain for the rest of their lives, continuously seeking better ways to manage or cope with pain is exhausting. And yet, most of the available options out there cater to this exact approach. So, when past efforts fail to bring about lasting pain relief, it shouldn't come as a surprise to us because most pain related treatments available only address the symptoms. And I like to refer to those treatments as symptom solutions because they only address the symptom, right? Symptom solutions include things like your medications, right? So painkillers, gabapentin, ketamine, sleeping pills, supplements, ibuprofen, even THC or CBD products as well. Okay, symptom solutions also include remedies and these modalities that we use, like heating pads and TENS units and massages and even procedures, right? Procedures like those cortisone injections and epidural injections or nerve blocks and radio frequency ablations. Symptom solutions aim to manage pain. They aim to manage pain, but they fail to work long term because they don't address the deeper root cause of the pain. There needs to be a shift from an overemphasis or this hyper focus on pain management to an increased focus on pain care. While managing pain is absolutely crucial, it's critical. We do need to still manage pain as much as we can, but we also need to balance the other side of the equation with strategies that target the root cause. If we don't do that, the symptoms will inevitably keep coming back and sometimes they keep getting worse. And that brings me to the concept of pain care versus pain management. Okay, pain management relies on symptom solutions to control pain, remedies that temporarily mask the symptom, while pain care aims to identify and address the underlying cause of the pain using a whole system solution. Essentially, pain care zeroes in on the hidden underlying cause of chronic pain and takes strategic steps towards resolving that. Okay. Now, reason number two why nothing has worked in the past is because maybe we've identified the wrong root cause. Okay. Think about this for a second. How many of you have heard that inflammation is the root cause, or that the reason why you're in pain, you're in so much pain, is because of inflammation, right? So we really heavily focus on, in our culture, we really focus on trying to reduce inflammation, whether you notice this or not, right? We've got every anti-inflammatory agent and remedy known to mankind. We've got NSAIDs and corticosteroids and creams and ice packs and supplements. We've got turmeric, right? And we've got all these restrictive anti-inflammatory type diets, right? Doctors are pushing it on us. It's being reinforced culturally. And so many people are spending so much time and money on trying to reduce inflammation. So maybe inflammation is the root cause, right? We're so easily convinced that inflammation is the deeper cause. And if we just get rid of it, right? If we could just get rid of inflammation, we'll just feel better, right? Problem solved. Okay. And then we also have many people out there that may be trying to convince you that maybe hormone imbalance is at the root of the main problem, of the pain problem. I see this all the time on Instagram from influencers. They're talking about hormones, how hormones are off and they're unbalanced, and it's the hidden root cause of pain. So sure, maybe hormones are the hidden root cause of pain. And nowadays, you'll also hear a lot about gut health these days too, right? So maybe gut health is at the root of your pain. Or is the real root cause of pain just having a weak core or bad posture, or your alignment is off, right? Or you're carrying too much extra weight. Maybe that's the root cause of pain. Or maybe, possibly even, the root cause is really just that it's all in your head, right? You know, trauma, repressed emotions, anxiety, stress. People say that that could be the root cause. Or just being stuck in fight or flight. Maybe your vagus nerve is the root cause. Now, the good news is here, in my opinion, is that we are looking for a deeper cause. But what if we're getting the root cause wrong? What if inflammation or hormones or gut health wasn't actually the deeper cause, but was just a symptom of the deeper cause? What if anxiety and weight gain and muscle imbalances wasn't actually the deeper cause, but was just a symptom of a deeper cause? What if that fight or flight response was just a symptom? Okay. The second reason why nothing has worked in the past is because we've identified, or we are trying to identify, the wrong root cause. So stick with me here, okay? Hear me out. Stubborn pain, inflammation, hormone imbalances, gut health dysfunction, muscular imbalances, weight gain, anxiety, all these things are symptoms of a deeper problem. Again, stubborn pain, inflammation, hormone imbalances, gut health dysfunction, muscular imbalances, weight gain, and anxiety are all symptoms of a nervous system problem. You see, we know that in cases of chronic pain, that there are these changes in the activity and function of the nervous system, where the nervous system basically becomes this overreactive, overprotective defense system. Okay, it ramps up its defense mechanisms because there's a potential injury or infection that it's trying to protect you from. So number one, it's going to give you pain. Okay, that system is going to give you pain. Pain is the alarm to make you aware of this potential injury. Okay, and then number two, it's going to activate its other defense mechanisms, thus turning up that fight or flight response. Now, if there is a potential injury to heal or a potential infection to fight off, it's going to need to call in the big guns, okay? Activate your immune system and ramp up the level of inflammation. This is why we see so many people with higher levels of certain inflammatory markers. Now, what that means is that inflammation isn't the deeper cause. Inflammation is just a symptom. That means that every attempt to reduce inflammation is just another symptom solution. Does that make sense? Now, if your body is in this full-blown survival mode protective response for a long time, we'd imagine that your cortisol levels would be high, right? Cortisol is known as our stress hormone. But what we actually see in many people with chronic pain is we actually see the opposite thing happening, where cortisol levels are low. We believe that that is possibly because our bodies can't keep up with the demand, in a sense. But what's nuts is that this doesn't just happen with the hormone cortisol. We see this happening with other hormones as well. Okay. Thyroid hormones can be lower. Estrogen and progesterone may be lower. Testosterone may be lower. Sometimes even growth hormone is lower. So again, we really need to be thinking, what is at the root cause here? Is it because of these hormone imbalances? Or are these hormone imbalances there because of this nervous system sensitivity issue, where your body is stuck in this chronic state of survival and protection, trying to protect you nonstop from potential injuries? And it's causing a depletion of these hormones. That again would indicate that these hormone imbalances may not be the actual root cause, but rather just a symptom. And any attempt to regulate those hormone levels is just another symptom solution. Now, again, if your body is in this protective response, right, it's ramping up its defense mechanisms to attempt to protect you from potential injuries, that requires a lot of energy to do that. Your body has to be on all the time, right? Well, it has to get energy from somewhere, right? So guess what? Our bodies pull that energy, pull resources from our gut and our digestive system. And what happens when the body decides to pull energy from the gut? Well, our digestive function takes a hit. This can cause a whole wide range of symptoms and disorders like diarrhea and constipation, right? Ulcers, acid reflux, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, gastroparesis, certain food intolerances and allergies, celiacs, for example, right? And poor nutrient absorption. Friends, it is no surprise that so many people, not everyone, but so many people and clients of mine that I work with who have chronic pain also are dealing with symptoms of gut dysfunction. Again, that means that gut health may not be the actual root cause of the pain, but it's a symptom. And all the hype around gut health, it's just another symptom solution. Just as a quick story about this whole gut health thing, just out of curiosity, when I started working with clients inside the chronic pain breakup method, I started asking them to rate their severity of gut symptoms on a scale from 0 to 10. And what we started noticing is that their symptoms on average started to improve. So on average, my clients were going from a 7 out of 10 severity of gut symptoms down to about a 3 out of 10 for gut symptoms. And what's crazy to me and my clients is that that happened without changing their diet, without modifying anything like taking supplements or changing medications or anything like that. Those changes happened in their gut symptoms purely by focusing on the nervous system and changing what was going on in the activity and function of their nervous system. So again, that is essentially proof that this whole gut health symptom is just a symptom of a deeper root cause, and that root cause is the nervous system. I'm hoping that all of this is making sense. So clearly, it's like the body is stuck in this chronic state of fight or flight. It's chronically trying to protect you from a potential injury. But, and this is important, this doesn't mean that the fight or flight response is the deeper cause. Okay, the fight or flight response is a protective response. So that in itself is a part of the problem, right? But we need to look deeper. It is a response after all. And so we should be asking ourselves, what is causing this fight or flight response to get activated in the first place? If all we're doing is trying to address the symptom of the fight or flight response by regulating our stress responses or attempting to activate the vagus nerve, which, gosh, you guys, don't even get me started on the vagus nerve. But these are all just symptom solutions, right? They're only going to address the symptom of the fight or flight response, not what's causing it. That is where the whole nervous system comes into play. The nervous system has the ability to change its physiology in certain individuals. In fact, it happens in about 20% of individuals where maladaptive changes happen involving the activity and function of the nervous system, where it basically ramps up its defense mechanisms to try to protect you and keep you safe. Right? Imagine if your brain suddenly stopped speaking the same language as your body, and it could no longer understand the messages it was getting from your body. Your brain cannot tell the difference between messages of safety and messages of danger. Like it can't tell the difference between these messages where your body is saying, hey, brain, a cat just rubbed against your leg versus a message that's saying, hey, a cat just scratched your leg. If it can't tell the difference, it doesn't know what's going on. So it responds to every message as if it is a potential injury, right? It activates its full blown protective response. This, my friends, is the deeper cause. This is why we have all of these symptoms. And this is why the other things that we think are the root causes, the inflammation, the hormone imbalances, the gut health stuff, the posture, right? The stuff about anxiety and mental health and stress, those things are just symptoms. Yet we're led to believe that they're the deeper cause. It's like a smokescreen concealing the true deeper cause. These things are distracting us from the true deeper cause. And the reality is that all these symptoms are tied to the deeper nervous system cause, and any attempt to address these parts of the problem are purely symptom solutions. Instead of symptom solutions, we need to focus on a system solution. So, what is a system solution? A system solution is a pain care plan that's focused on addressing the maladaptive changes in the nervous system. Because the thing that all chronic pain conditions, all cases of stubborn pain, from fibromyalgia to CRPS, from degenerative disc disease to RA, from MS to endometriosis and EDS, from migraine to neuropathy, the thing that every kind of stubborn pain has in common is this nervous system problem. That is why if you have chronic pain, you need a system solution, regardless of where your pain is, your diagnosis, its severity, how long you've had it, or what you've tried in the past. Okay? And when we don't address this deeper part of the pain problem, it should be no surprise that pain persists and nothing seems to work. The reasons why nothing has worked in the past, we're too focused on pain management solutions and not enough on pain care solutions that go after the deeper cause of pain. We're identifying the wrong root causes that are actually symptoms, and we're too focused on these symptom solutions and not on the system solution, the solution that addresses the nervous system problem. Now, a third reason why nothing has worked in the past is because of this severe lack of support. Because nothing you've tried in the past has provided you with the kind of support that you need to be successful. And the reality is nowadays, we don't seem to value the support piece nearly enough. I really think we undervalue that support piece. We are all so tied to our independence, right? Independence is a virtue. We value self-help. We're willing to sacrifice our own time, our precious time and effort because we think that it will save us money. But I mean, think about it, right? What's more risky? You making pain care and your health a priority and getting outside support and a step-by-step plan so you can get results and get as pain-free as possible and feel confident and in control of your life and your body so that you can do the things that you need to do and so that you can enjoy your time with your family and have a social life again? Or is it more risky for you to keep DIYing your care, spending loads of money on all the trial and error with all the different gadgets and supplements and creams and remedies, the copays, the injections, the infusions, stem cell surgeries, ablations, prescription medications that you hate, the over-the-counter medications that destroy your insides, and all of those whatever things like the special foods and diets that you're on, or even the wacky mind-body methods that you see all over Instagram, where you're trying more of the same types of things and expecting a different outcome. And you're doing that for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Which is more risky? We are so averse to asking for help and investing in outside support. And I know right now, many of you are looking for support in these Facebook groups, right? Asking for help in these quote unquote support groups online. I know that because I see it every day. Someone every day, multiple times a day, is posting questions like, hey, what do you guys think of XYZ therapy? Has anyone out there found anything for ABC pain? I mean, think about this. Have you ever considered who the active members are in those groups? Have you ever considered that if you take pain care advice from people who have no experience in actually getting results for themselves for long-term pain relief and are only finding ways to manage their pain that sort of works for them, but they're still struggling, that might be preventing you from getting the kind of relief that you're looking for as well? I mean, think about it. It's kind of like taking relationship advice from a friend who's been divorced 4 times, right? How successful would your relationships be? Yes, of course, there is value in anecdotal evidence, but at the same time, your pain and experience and situation is unique. There is no cookie cutter, one size fits all solution. There is no one size fits all program or approach. You need the support, the plan, and the accountability to help you learn the pieces, adapt the approach, and follow through with all the steps, even when life throws you curveballs. And that's why, you do these apps like Curable and you feel confused, disappointed, frustrated. You read all these books and you're like, wow, this is really great information, but then nothing changes. Or you do these in-person programs, but you get home and you realize that you don't know how to put it all together in your real everyday life. You need support and guidance, accountability, and personalization that these apps, books, and programs, and even your doctors can't give you. Now, this has been my primary focus, my full-time job since 2014. I've learned from the top researchers and clinicians in the world. I've created and taught my first chronic pain program for the US Army in 2016. I've been in the trenches, side by side with those battling chronic pain, and I've learned from my own trial and error how to take what's in the research and textbooks and translate it and apply it in a practical and realistic way. And that's what my clients are going through inside the chronic pain breakup method. This is my proprietary 16-week program, and it's the one and only pain care system solution. So literally what I've done with the chronic pain breakup method is taken all my knowledge and experience, translated the most important and valuable points that have had the greatest impact, and I break it up into three main pieces for you. The first piece is the educational piece. This is where I walk you through my step-by-step process. The second piece is the community support, where you're going to be able to form relationships with a group of people who are in this with you. And the third piece is the expert support. Okay, and this is where I'm going to hold your hand and help you adapt the framework to address your pain specifically and accommodate your lifestyle and customize it to reach your goals. So, one of the main things I want people to understand is the reason why so many people struggle with finding lasting pain relief from chronic pain is that they don't know what else they can do to address their pain, and they don't know where they can go to find information they can trust, and they're trying to pull bits and pieces of information together from all over the place. And it's really confusing and overwhelming at the same time. Okay. Now, what I'm showing you through my step-by-step process is what is really going on inside your body, like the biology of pain, what the nervous system changes are, and how to address each one of those systematically and strategically. So you're actually addressing this deeper hidden part of the pain problem. You're no longer neglecting it or ignoring it. And every week, I'm going to show you a new strategy or drill to try and start incorporating. And what you're doing is gradually over time, we're not only adding new tools to your toolbox, you're developing your own framework of exactly how and when to use each tool. So you know exactly what to do every day on your good days and your bad days, how to predict and prevent pain flares, how to get more active without pushing through pain, and what to do if your pain does flare up so you can get back on your feet faster. This is the exact process that I've been walking my clients through for almost 10 years. So rather than you, again, continually trying to spin your own wheel, figure things out by yourself, and get the same results that you have for however long you've had this pain, I want to give you that same step-by-step process that I've been using that's given my clients the ability to cut their pain in half or more in just 16 weeks' time and double their quality of life. Then that support piece, it comes in a couple of pieces. So first of all, having a community, all right? You need to have some people around you who actually understand exactly what you're going through because they've been through similar experiences like you have. So you'll have a community of others who you can speak with and bounce ideas around, right? I want to make sure that you have community around you that's going to give value back to each other. So you'll find people in there that are brand new at this whole nervous system thing, people like yourself who are just learning this process, starting out. And then you'll find some others who've already gone through this process and are already having success. So you're in that group, so you have support and accountability in that way. You're no longer walking this path alone. Now, on top of that, you get one-on-one support as well. All right. So as you work your way through the modules, it's going to walk you through the exact step-by-step process to learn and implement new strategies and drills each week. And every step of the way, you're going to get one-on-one expert support from me, both through the online portal and on our live calls each week. Because the reality is, even when you have the plan and you have all the steps laid out for you, you'll still have moments where you feel overwhelmed or unsure, and uncertainty slows down your progress. That is why I am with you, holding your hand, guiding you through the entire journey. I'm going to help you customize your plan, help you modify your drills to match your pain, your ability level, and guide you towards your unique goals. You do not do this alone. We do this together. Okay, so I'm going to work with you to customize and personalize the process, because inside the chronic pain breakup method, I have clients of all activity levels. I have folks who could run marathons today if they wanted to. And I have other folks who are bedbound or full-time wheelchair users. Everyone is different, so every plan looks different. And I want you to fully understand the process, your plan, so you feel confident and comfortable doing this yourself. Now, I'm no psychologist or counselor, but I help you work through some of the mindset elements that pop up, especially the all or nothing way of thinking, the fear, the people pleasing, the beating yourself up, all of that. We work through that stuff together. So imagine having a second set of eyes, not only on your drills and what you're doing, your movements, your activities, but also on the processing that's going on, your way of thinking, or the areas where you might be the thing getting in your own way. Because the reality is, we can't see our own blind spots. Sometimes we need that extra set of eyes pointing out the areas that need shifting. So I'm not here to be a cheerleader and just constantly tell you that you're doing a wonderful job, because sometimes you need that tough love, someone who's going to stand right beside you and point out the unique barriers in your path and then walk you through them with you to see you to the other side. That second set of eyes that can tell you when and how to pivot, so you never stay stuck. So you're not stuck on the sidelines playing, let's figure this all out on our own anymore. And so those are the core components of my pain care system solution, where my main focus is to take this missing piece of the pain care puzzle, the nervous system piece, the system solution, and place it into a comprehensive pain care routine that respects the very real physical aspects of pain and teaches you how to incorporate movements, activities, exercises, stretches into your pain care routine safely, so you can get moving more, build up your strength, build up your balance, get more flexible, gain stability, all of that without pissing off your nervous system. And at the same time, respecting the mental, emotional parts of pain. Because with pain, because of the nature of the beast, we're also oftentimes dealing with anxiety, and trauma and depression, fear, guilt, despair, shame, self-hatred, negative self-talk, perfectionism, people pleasing, unhealthy ways to cope and think about things and behaviors. So yes, we need to respect that and address those pieces of the puzzle as well, because ignoring those only causes the nervous system to push back and fight back. If you feel like right now you're stuck, you've tried everything, you want to be done with the roller coaster ride and the medical merry-go-round that you've been riding around and around, and you want the expert support, someone whose primary focus has been on chronic pain for over almost 10 years and has been getting people results, people who'd said that this was their last resort. And you know that having a plan and the support and the accountability will help you unlock even more relief that you never thought was possible, so you can be more present with your family and not have to constantly think about everything that you do because of the pain. Instead of living in fear, you have the freedom to do normal everyday things without thinking about it, and get out of the house and enjoy a hike or a bike ride, or heck, travel again, see the world. Then friend, maybe the chronic pain breakup method is for you. And ultimately, I'm so dedicated to getting you results that if you don't see noticeable improvements at the end of your 16 weeks, I'll give your money back. All right, I'm going to take on the risk. Meaning if you don't get results, I have to give your money back. So you can bet that I'm going to get in the trenches with you and help make sure that we do everything in our power to get you as pain-free as possible. And that's also why I'm very selective about who I bring into my program. If I don't think I can get you results, it doesn't benefit me to bring you in, right? And so that's why I do these free one-on-one phone calls. You can set up a free one-on-one call with me where we'll go over your situation, we'll see what you've been working on, and I'll help identify areas where you can make some small, simple changes to have a large impact on your pain and your quality of life without time-consuming strategies or wacky drills, okay? So I'll leave a link in the description. Set up your call and let's have that conversation. If we both feel like you'd be a good fit for the program, we can go over any questions that you have about how it looks for us to work together. Okay, so book your call now, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.